So I just wanted to start off by apologizing because I know there's a lot of people that really believe that Trump was the good guy. I was one of them. I was out campaigning for him. But if you allow me like 3 to 4 minutes of your time, I'm going to tie Jeffrey Epstein to the AI data centers, to Benjamin Netanyahu, and then full circle back to President Trump. And once you hear this, you can't unsee it. And I apologize if it's going to offend you. But if you'll just allow me about 4 minutes of your time, I'm going to connect all these dots. But in order to do that, I need to start with this interview of Benjamin Netanyahu from 1990. Check this out. This is word for word, verbatim, from the Jerusalem Post by Benjamin Netanyahu in 1990. If we get caught, they will just replace us with a person from the same cloth. So it doesn't matter what you do. America is a golden calf, and we will suck it dry, chop it up, and sell it off piece by piece until there is nothing left but the world's biggest welfare state that we create and control. Why? Because it's God's will. And America is big enough to take the hit, so we can do it again and again and again. This is what we do to the countries that we hate. We destroy them very slowly, but we make them suffer for refusing to be our slaves. So America is a golden calf, and we'll suck it dry, and then we'll chop it up piece by piece and turn it into a welfare state that we control. That was Benjamin Netanyahu. So once you hear that and you realize that these AI data centers are being put strategically by all of these fresh bodies of water, they are literally sucking our country dry. They're sucking out all of its natural resources, which is going to turn those areas into a welfare state. The people that lived in those areas and then have homes in those areas, the home value of their property is going to plummet because nobody wants to live near them because they're literally killing our children. They're poisoning us. They're toxic. And then what our country's in big picture is happening is it's being chopped up and sold off bit by bit to these AI data centers. And who controls the AI data centers? Like, if you actually ask yourself what religion a majority of the people that own all of those AI data centers are, who would they be? And then what country would they work for? So who would technically control that welfare state?
Do you want to know why Trump wants us to stop looking at the Epstein files? Because the Epstein files have a shit ton of data about data centers and AI facilities. And who would have thought that? From all the way back, like 1998, even further, it's a fucking Ponzi scheme. Oh, I will share I'll share the link. It's been planning for like 30 years to set up all these data centers, and they're going to suck the grid dry, or suck the water dry, and fry the grid. It's a Ponzi scheme. In the document that was in the Epstein files, one of them talks about how the business only works if you get the business minded in the mindset of making the business work. It's a fucking scam. Data facilities are not doing anything productive for the world. Literally, like, they're not. They're causing more harm than good. Data storage is not, there are more efficient ways to store data if that's what we were actually doing. That's not what they're doing. There's 5,500 data centers in the United States of America. In China, there's 500. Like, they're committing financial fraud. It's the Epstein playbook. And the people who are continuing to go to work for these places, like, you guys are fucking Nazis. You're evil, horrible people. You are literally financially backing the people who are predators, pedophiles, and you're doing it for a 40-hour work week making less than 60 grand a year.
And I know it's a hard pill to swallow that President Trump was most likely in on this entire operation, but it makes sense. He's the one that ushered in the AI data centers. It was him and our Congress that were trying to pass the bill that gave these AI data centers complete immunity over every state level. So the states wouldn't even have the ability to stop this if they wanted. And if you look at who controls our government, it's obviously you know who. And if you look at how these AI data centers are colluding with our politicians, and they're doing things like signing NDAs so they can claim that there's legally they can't talk about anything, and you look at the people that President Trump surrounded himself with, and you look at how hard they are trying to target Thomas Massie, all of this kind of adds up. Thomas Massie is one of the men who might be able to stop this. And if you look at how President Trump has strategically been removing like key players from the MAGA movement, the one that he started, the campaign promises that he made us, all of that seems to be a lie. He made us 21 campaign promises that he never kept. And you look at the attacks on Thomas Massie and MTG and how he surrounded himself with people like Laura Loomer and Mark Levine, and he staffed his entire cabinet with Fox News. The amount of evidence becomes overwhelming, and I don't think it can be denied at this point. But I would love to know if I'm missing something and you guys don't think this is accurate, please don't share it. But if you do, please do me a favor and send this video to a couple friends. They're going to try so hard to shadow ban this. We're going to need all the help we can get, because If this is the true and this is really the case, then we need all Americans. It's like all hands on deck, because once it goes this far, we're not going to be able to get our country back, and it'll literally be destroyed. It'll be unlivable. God bless you guys, and pray for America.